Hello. I suppose you're here to viciously interrogate me for information I don't have. I am the Duke of Ferrell. Though I suppose my name is in the mouths of enough ruthless... It's very tragic news. I won't posture and say that the Chancellor...
Back, demon! Back, or I'll... Well, what's this? Oh, Medora, you lummox. 1,000 pardons, comrade. This old... I'll tell you, it sure does me good to set eyes on another of our order. From Academy West, aren't you? You wouldn't. I trained up in Academy North, after all. We don't cross paths with you Westies all that often, but it's always a pleasure when we do. Medora's the name. Retired, or so the Order keeps trying to tell me, but never out of commission. My hand to your call. Heavens hornets! That's quite a story, comrade. See, I'm here on, well, let's call it a loan from a town to the north of here. Hunter's Edge by name. There's been an attack there, comrade. Orcs. Not your run-of-the-mill savages either, but ones who've taken dark magic to new heights. What they want in Hunter's Edge, I can't say, but it's my responsibility to send them packing. Preferably with their horns in their suitcases and a knee-knocking fear. I came south seeking the Legion's help, only to find it tied here in Sicil. They don't have a spare soldier to send northward, and even in my finest form, by the skin of my teeth, comrade. The savages were rounding up villagers when one of them activated a tripwire on our village wizard's property. I managed to wrench free of my captor's grip and flee toward the forest. He pursued me for miles. Well, comrade, I hadn't thought of it till you I need a contingent I can trust if I'm to take back the town. And the way I see it, I've been scouting Sicil for some time now, and I believe I've sussed out sufficient intel to help solve the murder of the Counselor. Well, you know the old expression. 2's a tea party, 3's an invasion. I know this place like the back of my hand by now.
A fantastic plan! With 3 source hunters working in tandem,
Another source hunter on the team will make us all the more for...
That's the spirit. Listen closely now. Do you hear it? That's the sound of every orc and sorcerer in 100-mile...
Wizard of Hunter's Edge.
A source hunter? I'd like to report some dark magic. Only tainted. Been at the King Crab nearly 10 years now, personally. Seen every character you can imagine, from bums to... I think I'm one of the last folks to hear him alive. That awful scream has been ringing in my ears ever since. And with the room where it all happens, though, that's the question, isn't it? What exactly did happen? I was washing up and nudging the last of the lushes out of the door when a cloaked woman rushed in right past me. I never got a good look at her. Lucky for the perpetrators, I was rinsing bottles in the back when the terrible deed took place and saw nothing more. I'm not proud to say I ducked under the counter and damn well stayed there.
Saw it twice.
Ha! The closest I've come to my match is when I linger over long while lighting my pipe.
Oh, careful now. Your head's grown more swollen than saffrons, I dare say. What have we here? A source hunter, is it? Well, my day just became rather more stimulating. Oh, stand still then, if you don't mind. I want to take a good long look at the so-called tall as an elf, strong as an orc, but your face, quite classical, isn't it? And my word, what passion burns from your eyes. Please forgive my being forward, but I dare say, can it be I am Anna? Jewel in the crown that I've cut 1,000 throats and baked 1,000 bread rolls, stolen the crown jewels of the queen. When the day comes that I die, the gods will evacuate the heavens to make space for my formidable collection of designer slippers. I contain multitudes, you see, and I am utterly replete, except that, much to my dismay, But then, Source Hunter, you, that I have. For nearly a lifetime, it seems. Well, I'm sure you must know what I mean. Like existence itself lacked a significance. I believe I have found that component, that body, that spirit within you, Source Hunter. Yes, you must join the Fabulous Five right away, as soon as time permits. Together, as a team, we'll explore the boundless realm before us. So you've joined up. You've sworn. I can finally offer you our finest adventuring equipment at... Well, you must be thrilled to find yourself a member of a team so widely renowned for its valor and skill. And you must be even more curious about how... I hear you've been tasked with taking out that crazed robot in the Northern Cave. I'm sure you'd like to equip yourself with a... Ah, darling, that was so long ago now. Who can remember who said what after all this time? What matters is... Well, you are a member of the eminent Fabulous Five.
Whatever. Sorry, I've run out of signed handkerchiefs. An Alistair keyring, maybe. In any case, make it quick. You're not the only fan who... What do you mean, not familiar? You expect me to believe you? Why? I'm only the most famous wizard this side of the distance. Although, it'd be worth checking the other side. And don't forget, I'm the most eminent member of the Fabulous Five to boot. Surely you already know we've been voted the most influential adventurers. Well, well, you're far from my caliber, but who isn't? It's good you're eager, but let me give you a word of warning. Aim for my spot, and your career in the Fabulous Five will meet... Ah, you'll be dealing with Ahu's little abomination, will you? I'd go myself, but I'd fear I'd end the fight before anyone else got in their lip. If I don't leave a few crumbs for the newbies once in a while, they'll accuse me of stealing the spotlight. Those nasty beasts are hardly worth my time. Though I suppose I'll step in if none of...
Pointless chatter with strangers does so thrill me. How did you know? Please, how curious of you to show interest in a lonesome stranger at the bar. Let me answer by saying that who I am is hardly any of your business. And so you've wrangled a position in the Fabulous Five, have you? I'm fairly brimming with enthusiasm at the prospect of calling you a pup. You've been sent after Ahu's insane robot, I understand. Do you imagine that while you're busy being...
Zimbladorix! That! Ha! Quite under my spell? Me? You mean you don't recognize me? Yes, that is strange. Strange indeed. But, oh, you'll find out. You'll find out indeed. If I'm as good as they say I am, I am.
Hearty welcome to the King Crab Inn, and a pleasure to... The name's Ivad. Pleased to make your acquaintance. I've been offering the weary travellers of Sicil drink and rest for nearly 2 decades now, but the King Crab's older than that by a long shot. All you see before you is the manifestation of my great-grandpappy Horatius Dunk. Well, between you and me, things have been rather slow since the, incident. But with spirits high and liquor flowing like... Mind if we keep our voices down over that sensitive subject? Death and dark magic ain't exactly great for business, you know.
Once or twice.
That room where it happened, it was rented to a certain woman. Though I regret to say I can't say exactly who. This inn isn't in the business of asking many questions, if you know what I mean. She came heavily cloaked, but paid the full sum in advance. I was used to such transactions after many similar... I saw one other figure go into the room that night. Someone tall, built broad like a man. I was startled awake by a horrendous hubbub shortly after. By the time I burst into that room, it was horribly silent. There was only Jake